Hey guys, I am Nishant and welcome to Cybernetico. So today in this video, we will learn how to create a database query generator app in React using OpenAI API. So first of all, let me give you a demo first. So we have this text here and we have one select option. We are using React Select. So you can install it by going to this website or documentation. Then we have one text area where we can type our query. So when we select one database like the MongoDB, SQL, this Firebase, Prisma, GraphQL, DynamoDB, we have all the options here with value and label. So when we select one database like SQL and let's type the query. For example, let's say we want this. Find all the users with the name Nishant. When we click generate query button, this will generate our query. And this is it. Select start from users where name is Nishant. We can copy it and we can simply paste it somewhere like this. Now, the thing is, when the text area or this select is not filled, this button will be disabled. So we have validations here as well. And when we select, let's say MongoDB and click generate query or reselect any select option, this copied button will change to copy. Let's say we have Firebase here and we have copied the text. And let me demonstrate it like this then. So let me select one database called Firebase and add a query. Select, display names of people whose age is more than 26. Click generate query. We will see a loader here and then we will see this Firebase query. Firebase.database.reference and all these people order by child age start at 26. If we copy this text, we will see copied. Then if we select some other database like MongoDB, we will see it reverted back to copy. So that's the feature as well. So without wasting any time, let's get right into this project. So first of all, I have a starter code here that I have pushed to GitHub, which contains all of these things, which is the h1 tag, this select option, select yes, and this text area, and this button called generate query. So we can close this and start it here. So we have to install React Select and OpenAI API. So let me log into this API. So login. Let me enter my email account, which is this. Continue, and I have to enter the password. And it's checking that if it is secure or not, but it is secure. So fine. Now we can build this project. Move forward. But first of all, let me install OpenAI API as well. So to install it, we can simply do npm I OpenAI. As simple as that. Fine. Now we can close our terminal. And so first of all, we need two functions. And the functions we need in order to get data from the text area and the React Select. So say const, let's say get db for database function, and then const get query for the query function, this text area. Get query equals to this arrow function. Okay. Now we have to copy the get db or just get it and make an on change event here. On change this get db here, and on text area we will have on change this get query. The both will receive a parameter called e, which is event, but in this case it will not be e. So let me show you what I mean. If we console.log this e param and then open the console, let's see the output. select one database. So we'll see value and the label. I mean label and the value. So we can make this as option or selected as well, up to you. So that then we can do selected, or I mean select. Yes, sorry, not select. Selected. Selected dot value or label also if you want. But the format will be like this: value and label. Fine. Now come to this, and to get the data from here, we have to type e dot I mean is the event dot target dot value. Now if you type something here, let's say ABCD, you will see ABCD here like this. Fine. Now we need two states to store the values here from the text area and the select. So we need to import the state hook called use state like this and create two states. First will be let's say database and set database. So both will be strings. So we can set database here like this. Then we need one more for query. So set query, also a string. Let's say we set it here. Yes. Now we need third function which will run on click of the button called generate query. So we can say const. We need a function. Yes. So say generate query. So let's copy the function name generate query and add it on the button as on click event. So on click this. Fine. Now in this we need to do this. So let's say let query. So we'll create a query here, and in this query we will have two things, which is this database and the query. So let's make this as final query. The name will be more suited for this. That will combine this database name with the query. So let me show you why I'm doing this. So if you heard our two examples in the OpenAI API, and we need not this is something else. We need SQL request. So click this, and as you see, we will see this create a SQL request. SQL is a database coming from this select option, React select, and then we have the query. So we have to merge them together and then feed it to this prompt in OpenAI.completion.create. So let's do that. So we need this. So let me just copy this entire query and save it. But for the SQL, we need dynamic data coming from the state. So we can say database dot value. No, just say database. Yes, we don't need value. Fine. And then we have to replace this like this. I mean this text, because then we will have create a database request to do something from this text area. So I will get it once. Let me add it here, and then let's console this console.log final query. Now save this and let's try this. So let me select one query. I will select one database called SQL and add find all the users with name Nishan. Generate query, click it, and we will see this text. Create a SQL request to find all the find all the users with the name or name Nishan. Yes. But as you see, this find we have typing. This is capital. So to fix this, I mean we have to make it small. So we have to convert the whole query to lowercase. But the problem is, if we do that, this Nishan should be also converted to lowercase. So in this case, we need to convert only the first letter of this entire text to lowercase. So to do that, we will do this query dot char at 0th index, and then we're selecting the first character from this query text, and then we will convert it to lowercase. So to lowercase. Then we will append the rest of the characters. So we will do query dot slice and the first, like all the other characters. Now if you save this and run it again, you will see this. Create a SQL request to find all the users with the name Nishan. And here N is capital, but F is small, so it's working. Now the next thing we need is to just feed this prompt to OpenAI API, and we will, like, the most of the work will be done. So first we have to import this. So let's import OpenAI API, comma, configuration from this, what is it? OpenAI API. No, just OpenAI. Fine. So save this. Now we need to feed the API key to this configuration. So let me create it here. But we need the API key. So let me go over to github.com. And I guess, okay, I don't have the API key here. So just go to this example. No, not this example. Let me open it a new tab. Like this, duplicate it. Then go back. Get to this page called personal. View API keys. So create one API key and we have to add it. So let me create one env file here, which will be outside this file. So .env. Inside, let me paste the API key. So let me get it from somewhere which is in my previous project. So I have added my key under this string, be it OpenAI key with underscores. So just copy this and add it here like this. Now the configuration will have the API key, and then we have to feed the configuration into this OpenAI variable using new OpenAI instance like this. Let me give it some space. Now we have this response which will come under the button click here. So just paste it here, and we have to make the function async like this. Now we have to feed the final query to this prompt like this, and then we have to record the response in console. So we can do clg response data something. So let's first do this. I think it's text or data 0 text, something like this. So let's check what we get. Now let me clear the console. Select one database called, let's say, SQL, and add one query called find all the users with the name Nishan. Now generate query. So we will see this thing. Refuse to set unsafe header user agent. It means it's generating our query, or maybe we have to pass one user agent here, like one unique key, but I guess I don't know how to do that, so let's skip it. And we have some problems here which is not clear to me, but I think we have this. So response dot choices, let me save. Then we have 0th index and then text. Now save this and let me try once more. Now click generate query. First open the console and let's see the output. Again we have some problems, so let me try again. So we have, okay, let me do with the response first. Now generate query. So we'll see response. In this we have data. Yes, let's go inside this. Then inside we have choices. And we have to target the 0th index, the first element of the array, first array object. And in this we have to add the text. See the text like this. Now click generate query and we will see this text, which is select start from users where name is Nishant, which is this user is a table name and the name is the unique parameter which we need. Fine. So now what we have to do, let me create one third state called the const. Let's say this should be result and set to, we have to use set result. Use state as string. Now we have to use set result to set it from here like this. Now we can simply return it here after the button. So we can make a div here, and in the div let's make an h3. What's happening h3. Okay, let's do it here. Fine. Result. Now save this and let's try it once more. SQL find all the users with the name Ishant and age 26 or 25. Fine. We can close the console and click generate query. So wait for it and we will see the query here. But we have to do a few things here. First, let me give this div a class name of result. Or I guess we already have one class name created here, which is this. So let me see, not this copy button, this result text, because we have the border here as well. So we can just copy this and replace it here. And then you will get this cool looking, what is it? String. So you can design it on your own, but I already have class names here that you can copy. Also we have media queries to make it responsive for mobile phones. Now what should we do? So that's done. Now let's add a loader here. So when we are generating a query, we have to wait for some time. So to avoid that, let me add one loader component here. Create one component, the folder called components, and in this let's create one folder called loader dot, just a folder. In the folder let's add index.jsx and one for the css, index.css. Fine. So in this we will make it as a loader component and simply import the index.css. Fine. Now in this index.css, let me get the classes here for this. So I think I already have posted it before. So let me go to the alternate repo for this project. So we will get it from there, because we will design a loader. I will not. You can design it on your own, but yes. So go to the app.css, no, components, index.css, and let me simply get the loader from here. Paste it. Now go back and go to loader.tsx, because I have used TypeScript a little bit here, which I don't know why I did it, but it's fine. And add it here like this. And I guess, do we need the divs here or we don't, or do we not? So leave it for now. Now we don't need React select and don't need this OpenAI API, I guess, so remove it. So let me remove this as well. And now let's do this. Save this. Now we have to import the loader inside our app.jsx. So import loader from components loader. So we'll have a loader when this, what is this? Okay, let me create one state for loader as well. Const loader, or say loading, and set loading. Use state false, because initially the loading will be false. So the function, when it's clicked, we have to set it to true here. Let's do it here. Fine. Now what can we do? So when it is loaded, we have to set it to false here, like this. Now what should we do is this. So if loading is loading, if it is true, we will not show the response result text. So we can do this, or else we can show the loader component like this. Okay, I think we have to negate it, because if it is false, then it means we don't have the loading. Wait, something is wrong here. We are saying this, what is it? We are saying this, what is it? It's a border. So why are we saying this? To fix this issue, we need one more check here. So what I mean is, if the result dot length, if it is more than 0, it means we will see this border, because we have something inside the result, or else we will see empty fragment. Now save and it will work. The next thing we need is to create one validation rule for this. What I mean is, if you go to OpenAI API and see this here, we have some amount of money like for this requests, which is free. So it gives us $18. That's why we can't afford to make false requests to OpenAI API, because we have to recharge it again using our own money. So let me create one validation const here, the state. So let's say valid, comma set valid to set it, equals to use state, and it will be an object. So we have two inputs. So we will need two, what is it? We need two strings inside. So first will be the db, which will be false. db means the database we will select. Then we will have query, also false. So when we select one query here from this React select, we have to set the first one db to true and leave the second one query to as it is. So we have to set valid.query. The same thing we have to do in the second function get query, but here something will be different. So we will check. So we will only set, so this will be valid.db, which will be as it is, and for the query we will check. So if event.target.value dot length length, if it is 0, it means the text area is empty. In this case, I have to set it to false. But if we have something, we have to set it to true. Now let's try this to see if it works or not. So refresh it and let me console it here. So you'll see false in DB and query. But if we select one database like SQL, the DB will be set to true. because we are setting it here. But the query will be false. Now let me type something here called like this. For example, find all the users. Like we have something inside the text area. But if we remove this, so if you see, we have the query as true. It means it is failed. But if we remove the text, this will be false. It means nothing is inside this text area. So now what we have to do is on the button. So let me come to button here. This button called generate query. On this button, we have to do this. Add one disabled class. And if it is valid, I mean the valid.db and valid.query, if both of them are true, only then we will enable it. Else we will disable it. Like this. Now refresh the page. And we have some errors. Which is this. So initially they are false. But we are seeing them as true. Why? So generate query is the button. So let me make this as true initially. Let's see what happens. So it's disabled. If valid.db and or valid, I mean and valid.query, okay, if they are true, okay, the problem is we have to make it as false, because if they are false initially, which means data is not inside, then we have to make it false. But if we have data, we have to make it true. Now it will be disabled like this. Select one database, still disabled because this is unfilled. So let's try this, which is okay. Let's try. I type something here, which will be now enabled, the button. Now remove this and it's enabled. So we can remove the console log from here, which is situated here, I guess. Fine. So that's done. Now all that is left is to create one copy button to copy this. What is it? This query. So let me create one request called find all users with the name Nishan and select database called, let's say, Prisma. Click generate query. We will see loader. Okay, and we will have this. So let me create one copy button here to copy that text. So let's do it, I think here in this. So we can say a button, which will be copy, and it's here. I also have one class for copying button, which is this. So where it is this copy button. So I have done the work for you. So class name copy btn. Now this button is here, but it's not working. It will not work now. So to fix that, we need one thing called navigator.clipboard.write text, and then we have to pass the state for this, which is result. So we will do this on click. Let's say, where does the on click event? It's here. Make it a function like this, and in this we have to set, what happened? Navigator dot clipboard dot read text. I think it's read text. No, it's not read text, it's write text, because we're writing in the clipboard. Then pass the result here. Fine. One more thing. So if you see, okay, let me demonstrate it like this. So let me save the file and just click copy here. It will be copied. Let's try to paste it here and see, it's pasted like here. So let me have one clipboard here to show you. Clipboard. So if you copy this text, we have to change the button name to copied to like have an alert that we have copied it. Okay, not this. What is the clipboard? We need a clipboard online. So let's search for it here. Online clipboard. So let me add it here. See, we have this query which is copied from here. Now what we have to do is we have to create one more state to trigger the copy and copied. So let me create it here. So const copied and set copied. So it will be false initially because we have to see the copy button, not copied. But when we click the button, which is this copy, this should set it to true. So let me come over to this and set it here to true. But let's say we change something like this text or this select option. In that case or those cases, we have to set it to false. So just do it here. Let me do it here after the set valid. Make it as false and here as well. Now comes the conditional text. So if it is copied, if it's true, I mean it's true, then we will see this text copied, else we will see this copy text. Now let's give it a try. Let's select MariaDB and add one query. Find the names of all the users who has the age more than 40. Click generate query and we will see this copy. So who have the age, fine, my grammar is also weak, I guess. So click copy and we will see this copied text in the button. Okay, now let's start to paste it and we will see the thing. Select name from users where age is more than 40, which is basically here. Fine. So if we change something like, let me copy it again and change the database, which will be SQL. Then the copied will be changed back to copy. Now copy it again and add something like this, or just change something in the text area. It will be changed as well, like this. So that's how we create one application which is a database query generator using OpenAI API and React with React Select as well. So make sure to give it a like because it's a great project for you. And I mean, let's like the video and hit subscribe button on my channel to make it grow more and more. So that's all for now, folks. Thank you so much for watching my video.